Irregular English verbs don't need to be scary. In fact, there's a method you can use to help them stick in your brain and learn them for good. So follow along with me as I help you get rid of your fear and master this tricky part of English grammar. Now, to be completely honest with you, just watching this video is not going to be enough to have them stick in your brain forever, unless of course you watch this video every single day, which will definitely help. But no, it is important that you make an effort to actually learn them. So you do need to be active in the process. But the point of this lesson is to show you exactly how you can learn them and then give you a practice activity that you can do at home, which will really help them to stick. So the first thing that I really recommend is that you categorize these irregular verbs, and they can be categorized into 4 groups. Now, while there are no exact rules that you can learn, categorizing them by group will help you to learn them better than if you just say, go through a random list in alphabetical order. That's not a very good approach. So we're going to begin by talking over each of the 4 groups. I'll give you some examples of the most common irregular verbs in each group, and then I'll show you how to learn and practice. So the first group, and maybe even your favorite group, is the one where all forms of the verb stay the same. That means the verb is the same in the present simple, the past simple, and the past participle. So these, you could say, are the easiest to learn. Let's go over some of the most common verbs in this group. We have cut, 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 shut, 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 put, 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 cost, 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 hit, 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 let, 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 let. And another one, which you could say is the same for all 3, but be careful of the pronunciation, is read. The spelling is the same, but the pronunciation does change. So this is a little exception, but we have read, read, read. So that's group number 1. Moving on to group number 2, where the present tense verb, or you could say the base form of the verb, is the same as the past participle. Now, there aren't too many in this group, but let's go over the most common ones. We have become, become, became, become. That's the same with the verb come, so come, came, come. And we have run, run, ran, run. So that is group number 2, and as you can see, there aren't so many common verbs in that group. In the next group, we have the past simple form of the verb, the same as the past participle. Now, this is quite a big group, and I'm actually going to break it down even more into subcategories. Stay with me. This will help you learn them and make it a little bit easier. So our first example is when the past simple or the past participle ends in ought, O-U-G-H-T. Let's look at some of these. We have bring, brought, brought, think, thought, thought, buy, bought, bought, catch, caught, caught, fight, fought, fought, and teach, taught, taught. So those are the ought group. Next up, we have a group where the past simple verb and the past participle change to have a T at the end. Let's look at some examples. We have build, built, built, feel, felt, felt, keep, kept, kept, sleep, slept, slept, leave, left, left, and lend, lent, lent. So you can see that we have a T in the past simple and past participle form. Next up is a group where we have the final sound ending to a D. Let's take a look. We have say, said, said, pay, paid, paid, have, had, had, sell, sold, sold, tell, told, told, and hear, heard, heard. So you can see that all of those had a D, or they had their endings changed, so there was a D at the end. Next, in this group, we have the others. So they still have the past simple and past participle the same, but there isn't really any grouping that you can do for these. So let's just look at some examples of common ones that you should learn. Win, won, won, sit, sat, sat, make, made, made, stand, stood, stood, hold, held, held, stick, stuck, stuck. All right, moving on to the final group, which is probably your least favorite, where every single form of the verb is different. So we have a different base form, past simple, and past participle. Let's go and have a look at these. We have the most commonly used verb, to be. So in the present simple, am is are. Past simple was were. Past participle, been. Other common ones, we have go, went, gone. Know, knew, known. See, saw, seen. We then do have another kind of subgroup here because we have quite a lot of verbs where their past participle ends in en. So these are great ones to learn as a group. Let's go over these now. Break, broke, broken. Choose, chose, chosen. Eat, ate, eaten. Drive, drove, driven. Fall, fell, fallen. Hide, hid, hidden. Give, gave, given. Ride, rode, ridden. Take, took, taken. Write, wrote, written. Speak, spoke, spoken. Forget, forgot, forgotten. All right, and then finishing off, we have a few which have the same pattern because the vowel change in the middle of the word is the same. It goes I, a. For example, sing, sang, sung. Swim, swam, swum. Drink, drank, drunk. Sink, sank, sunk. Begin, began, begun. So you see that those are in our group all of their own because while all three forms are different, the middle vowel has the same pattern in the way that it changes. So those are nice ones that it's also good to learn together. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's fine, you've told me all the verbs, but how do I learn them? Well, one of the most effective things you can do is chanting just like I was. So you'll probably notice when I was going through each of the verbs, I was kind of saying it with a bit of a rhythm like a chant. Sing, sang, sung. Begin, began, begun. Swim, swam, swum. Now, I know you might feel a little bit silly doing this, but when we add that kind of chanting element and we do it again and again and again, it really does help these verbs to stick in our head. Next time you're writing or you're speaking and you think, okay, yesterday I swam. Yesterday I swam. Or for example, oh, I have never swum in the ocean. So if you learn them like that, almost in a chant, it's really going to help them stick in your head. Now don't worry, that's not the only advice I have for you because now I'm going to give you a practice activity that you can do on your own at home to really help you learn these and remember them. We're going to do it now, so please do play along with me and do this at home and say the words out loud as we play. So I'm going to say a verb, for example, take. I will then give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In that time, I want you to think and then say out loud the past simple form and the past participle. So if I say take, you'll go took, taken. And you're going to try and do it as quickly as you can before the timer runs out. Okay? So please don't just watch and stay silent for this part of the video. It's really important that you join in. Remember, you have to actively play a role in learning these verbs. So here we go. Verb number 1, swim. Swim, swam, swum. Think. Think, thought, thought. Feel. Feel, felt, felt. Break. Break, broke, broken. Choose. Choose, chose, chosen. Say. Say, said, said. Sleep. Sleep, slept, slept. Forget. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Bring. Bring, brought, brought. Well done, I hope that you played along at home. Now, as you can see, you don't really need another person to do this practice activity with. All you need is a big, long list of irregular verbs and to pick them at random. But the idea of this game is that you need to be thinking fast, because the faster you make yourself think when you're playing the game, the faster you will be able to think of them when you're speaking. And really that's the goal, that you will be able to use these irregular verbs in the past simple and with their past participle form, and they'll come to your mind quickly. So playing a game like this on a regular basis will train your brain to remember them, I promise. As you can see, you need to be active in the learning process. So don't just go away and forget about this video. Make sure you do that practice activity, and please do let me know how it goes. Now, if there's another area of English grammar that you find difficult or confusing and you would like someone to explain it to you in a clear, concise video, drop me a comment down below with your suggestions. I would love to see which areas of English grammar you're interested in learning more about. Until then, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more English classes. Thanks everyone, bye!